Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that dominates in today's edition for Friday, 2nd May 2025, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. Penelope Beckles emerged unanimously as leader of the opposition within the ranks of the Trinidad and Tobago's defeated PNM party. Details of this and other post-election related news items out of Trinidad and Tobago after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. Trinidad and Tobago has a new opposition leader designate. Penelope Beckles, a long-standing PNM member, has emerged as the unanimous choice for the position after the party led by Dr. Keith Rowley was convincingly defeated by the Kamla Persad-Bissessar-led UNC party at Monday's general election in the Twin Island Republic. This is the first time in the history of Trinidad and Tobago that 3 women head the top constitutional political offices of President, Prime Minister and Leader of the Opposition. Details in this short introduction to what is a developing story from CNC3 News.
Justin, the PNM's General Council has announced that there's been a unanimous decision for ARIMA Member of Parliament-elect Penelope Beckles to be opposition leader.
That's right, Rhea. General Secretary Foster Cummings made the announcement a short while ago. He said the party's leadership will have to meet to discuss the resignations of Dr. Keith Rowley as political leader, Rohan Sinanan as deputy leader, and Stuart Young as party chairman. Cummings says the post of political leader must be filled within 6 months.
The people have spoken, and the results show the United National Congress received 100,000 more votes than the People's National Movement in the 2025 general election.
The people have spoken, and the results show the United National Congress received 100,000 more votes than the People's National Movement in the recently concluded 2025 general election. This among the statistics released by the Elections and Boundaries Commission this evening in its detailed preliminary results report. The EBC said 1,153,876 people were registered to vote. However, only 181 people turned out to vote. Among the constituencies with the closest margins in Monday's elections, Aruca Lopino, La Brea, Malabar Mausica, Point Fortin, San Fernando East and West, and Tobago West. In these constituencies, the difference in votes were less than 1,000. In Tobago West, only 109 votes separated the Tobago People's Party, or the TPP's Joel Sampson, and the PNM's Shamfa Cujo, and only 262 votes between the top candidates contesting the Malabar Mausica seat, with the PNM's Dominic Romain winning that area.
A PNM stalwart, Ferdy Ferreira, warns party faithfuls against appearing to panic at this early stage in their defeat.
Give the party some time to exhale, analyze, review, do the introspection. And if they're not satisfied with Stuart Young, they have the opportunity to remove him at the convention. But there's no time to panic and make decisions that are likely to have serious consequences for it. And that's why I make reference to the fact that the only non-African in your 13, you lick him up. You've given the opposition material to vote you.
Meanwhile, major resignations among PNM leadership as the party grapples with the crushing defeat that forces reorganization to move forward. CNC3's K. Marie Fletcher has that story.
The People's National Movement is being forced to undergo immediate reconstruction after being hit with 3 resignations within hours. 2 days after receiving major blows at the polls, Dr. Keith Rowley took to social media to inform the population that as at May 1st, he will officially resign as political leader of the PNM. His official exit comes a day after several PNM senior members called for him to go. But while his announcement did not stun the nation after hinting at it months prior, it did pave the way for his appointees to follow suit. 5 hours after Dr. Rowley's announcement, his successor Stuart Young resigned as chairman of the party. Revealing his decision came after deep personal reflection of the election results. But things didn't stop there, as 2 hours after him, former Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan resigned as deputy political leader. Sinanan told CNC3 News, since Dr. Rowley was the one to appoint him as deputy leader, it is only proper to resign after him. When CNC3 News reached out to the other deputies, Carmen Burt explained that their positions are under discussion. But when it comes to Ansel Dennis, he said he will not be resigning as a deputy. Unlike the others, Dennis is the only deputy not selected by Dr. Rowley, as whoever is elected to lead the Tobago arm of the party automatically becomes a deputy leader. But while PNM supporters learn to adjust to the sudden changes, political scientist Professor Hamid Ghani tells CNC3 News both Dr. Rowley and Young's resignations should have come the moment they lost the election. He also condemned Dr. Rowley's failed strategy of a two-man leadership for the PNM.
I'm surprised that both he and Dr. Rowley did not offer their resignations or indicate their resignations on Monday night, but rather attempted to hold on. And now that there is a welling of discontent showing up on social media about what is happening inside the PNM, we see Dr. Rowley and Mr. Young within hours of each other putting forward these resignations. This should have been done on Monday night, not on Wednesday afternoon.
PNM only secured 13 seats in Monday's general election. Dr. Rowley was fine with people blaming him for the major defeat, but he said the PNM isn't in the blaming business, but in rebuilding the party. Marie Fletcher, CNC3 News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick, in association with our friends at
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Tobago is said to be brimming with optimism following a major political shift in the island's governance, with UNC dethroning the PNM on the mainland Trinidad and the newcomer Tobago People's Party capturing both seats on the island.
Hopes are high for meaningful change. Tobago Chamber President Curtis Williams says he's looking forward to strong results, especially in the fight against crime and the introduction of laws and initiatives that can breathe new life into the island's economy. Hotel and Tourism Association President Reginald McLean is also hopeful. He wants to see an increase in flights, targeted investment in the hotel sector, and strategies to boost visitor arrivals and encourage longer stays. Across Tobago, many believe this new direction could be just what the island needs.
It's a very great change for the country, the people, and for education in this Trinidad. And I'm very much happy with the results. And I do hope that it's for really a betterment towards the country and the people.
I feel very good, man. It's really great, it's a great feeling. Because I want this party, to get some more time to do what I really want to do.
Well, so far I feel so good and so great because we was under real pressure from the present government. So it is really, really great that we really get a change. Whatever else, we will have a yes, man.
Well, one voice that has been silent since the results came in is PDP leader Watson Duke. He is expected to speak on the outcome of the election and share his hopes for the coming years in a press conference sometime next week.
CNC3's Business Watch reports on the promise to restart the Petrotrin refinery and the early resignation of the National Petroleum chairman. Gisha Colaso Alonso shares.
In 2018, the Petrotrin refinery closed, affecting about 5,000 workers. Then Finance Minister Colm Imbut had said the refinery had been operating at a loss for years and had been overburdened with debt. Now Prime Minister-elect Kamla Persad-Bissessar is planning to reopen the refinery. However, economist Dr. Justin Ram is advising that the new government must ensure that the new entity is profitable.
It is important that it's run efficiently, but you also want to ensure that this new entity is providing revenues to the government, yes? So how that is set up, the government might initially have to think about providing some fiscal concessions to allow the new investment time to develop and to become a profitable entity.
Dr. Ram says he supports the reopening of the refinery, adding that it should never have been shut down in the first place.
I think it was a real error to shut down the refinery completely, right? Without any plan to reopen it. I do concede that Petrotrin as it was needed to be restructured.
Dr. Ram adds he has no objection with the local entity operating the refinery. In other business news, the chairman of the National Petroleum Marketing Company Limited, Shahid Hussain, has resigned with immediate effect. In a social media post on Tuesday, Hussain confirmed his resignation just 1 day after the victory of the United National Congress in Monday's general election. He says it was a pleasure guiding the fortunes of the company, as he also thanked management and staff for their support. Hussain was appointed NP's chairman in 2015, following the PNM taking office. Geisha Kaulesa Alonso, CNC3 Business Watch.
The emotional toll of an election season is real, according to a psychologist that Liana Mirage of CNC3 spoke with in Trinidad and Tobago in relation to the recently concluded elections there. Take a listen and be guided accordingly, as it ought to be no different elsewhere.
It's been an emotional election season.
It is clear at this time that we have lost the election.
Now that the UNC has won, everybody wins.
With change in the air, tensions are running high, from hope and excitement to anxiety, disappointment, and even fear.
It's fear that this might be the last chance to rescue the nations.
Psychiatrist Dr. Varma Diyal Singh compared going through this fear to the stages of grief. He says citizens unhappy with the election outcome may go through denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
And the anger now it could be directed to the party that won power, saying that they ran a campaign, they fooled people, etc. Or it might turn internally into your own party, saying that they handle it badly. And then some of them go through a depression, where they actually feel depressed. They move around where they can't sleep properly, they're not eating well.
He notes that these two stages are the most dangerous.
The anger phase, because there's where you may lash out. Days where you may lash out to somebody in work and say something out of timing. Or when it goes into a depression phase, if it's lasting more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks, your relative will see you not sleeping well, you're down, you're figuring, you're not yourself, you're not enjoying life.
Dr. Diyal Singh says it's important to note that life goes on after elections.
Let me now concentrate on my family, myself, my health. So I tell people now, cut off social media for a month. Then you could start to go and do something outside, like exercise, go in the gym, do something positive.
He says it can become particularly difficult to remove yourself from toxic situations at work or even at home. For this, he says the best thing to do is to set up some ground rules.
But if you could set a healthy boundaries, listen, I do not want to speak about politics for the next month or next 2 months. You have to set that. And then so you now have to get your personal space back by say, hold off. And sometimes if they're still in your face, you may have to avoid those persons.
Dr. Diyal Singh adds that if in more than 2 or 3 weeks you're still facing difficulties and feeling sad or lacking enjoyment, it may be time to seek external help. Liana Maharaj, CNC3 News.
Hi, I'm Eddie Frederick, wishing you a restful weekend. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family, yes we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.